Hello, hello! Are we live? Yes, we are. I'm talking to myself, even though there's no one else in voice chat that's definitely not listening to me right now. I'm talking to myself just out of a force of habit, I guess. I'm kind of stupid like that. I don't know. It helps me stay focused and motivated, I guess. Guys, I am joined today by the one and only... If I just invite this guy to speak. The one, the only... Schwim Gaming.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Can you guys hear him over the music? He's kind of quiet for me. I might just turn the music really far down. If I just do this, and then I do this, you guys should be able to hear him. Swim.
Yes.
You're this one. You're kind of a regular Mr. Matt collaborator. You've had your fair share of appearances. We should definitely do something on Minecraft Bedrock. We've been a few debate directs and all that kind of thing. How you doing today?
Good. I have been grinding Minecraft.
Nice. Anything in particular?
I made a big house yesterday.
Ooh. Is it going to be in a video or anything?
No, probably not, because it's on a realm.
Wait. I think I know. You sent a picture of it. It's the Shrine of Ambience. It's, the realm. Who owns the realm? Acro, right?
No, it's not that.
No? I can't remember.
It's my friend Cat's realm.
You posted this somewhere, and I can't remember where, but I remember it was like you built this amazing little house. It looked great.
Yeah,
anyways.
General achievements.
Yeah. Guys, Stream Gaming's joining me today in voice chat as we do the debate challenge. So, what exactly is this debate challenge? Well, somehow, in 72 episodes of Debate Direct, we've never actually tried doing a proper debating challenge. Yes, we've done debates, but we've never done like a challenge. So today I'm going to change that. Join me as Swim Gaming and all you fine folks in chat challenge me to create counter-arguments for your opinions in limited time. How quickly can I craft a decent argument? Now, this is fairly open. I'm not going to be restrictive with it. I've changed how I do collabs, especially with this one. You know, I decided not to put people in the thumbnail because Conan was going to join us, but he had to cancel. If you have access to collaboration, or you don't, even if you don't, even if you're someone on the Discord server and you've got ideas and you want to join voice chat, even just for a few minutes on the stream, this one's a bit more open. You're welcome to join. I normally wouldn't do this, but just because we're lacking people for this, and you know, this is kind of open. Okay, I don't know what just happened with Swim. Swim just died. Swim just vanished. I'm sure something happened on this and it'll explain, yeah. But yeah, you're welcome to join if you want. Swim, what happened?
I accidentally left.
Bro. So I see Livy in chat. I'm gonna leave some chaotic debate topics in chat. Nice. Super Soul bringing some controversy as well. Insta, he disagrees, my eye. Sasuk, Adrian, Duncan, welcome, everybody. So here's how this is going to work. This was actually something I was thinking of doing for the charity event. And I don't have a thumbnail yet, but I think I might make this public. Because it's been long enough, and we're getting close to the event now. I'm going to make that watch page public. There'll be a proper announcement later. This was going to be a segment on the next charity stream, and I thought this would be good as its own stream, actually, because we can only fit in so much. And also, I've never done it before, so we need to kind of work out a formula. But yeah, basically, the way this is going to work is that you guys, in either, live chat or in voice chat, can just present me any kinds of arguments or opinions. It can be anything. If it's something that I deem, I don't know, too political or something just inappropriate, then I'll leave it out. But otherwise, I'm going to try in limited time, let's say 5 minutes per each, maybe less, come up with some kind of counter-argument. And yeah, I just think this would be fun, because between each one, we can just kind of open up discussion and chat about it. So yeah, Swim, you got anything to start us off? Have you prepared anything? Got any ideas?
I've got one that I actually put on a poll earlier.
Ooh, okay.
Minecraft 1.18 is better than 1.19.
That's a good one. So if you're not on Swim's Discord, Swim, should I put a link to your Discord server for your shout out rather than your YouTube channel? Would you want that? I can do both. So I can tag you.
I mean, yeah.
I don't see why not. Consider it a bonus. But this will expire after 7 days, guys. That's the trade-off. So you know what? Rather than the description, I'll just put it in live chat. There you go. Guys, join that Discord link. That is Swim server. I'll replace the pin message. You've all seen the pin message before. But yeah, Swim server, Swim's swimming pool, the swimming pool. He does these daily polls, which are really cool. Usually about FNAF and games and stuff. And George and I actually did a few for a while when he was on holiday. We had a lot of fun with that. It was all like FNAF book stuff. And yeah, I actually kind of struggle with this. Which Minecraft update is better? Let me get like an actual alarm here so I'm like on the clock. I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes. That might actually be too much. I'm gonna go less. I think maybe 1 minute. 1 minute? I'll go 3. I'll go 3 minutes. That seems fair. Alright. So you're saying 1.18 is better than 1.19, so I gotta argue the other way around?
If you want.
Yeah. The idea is that I have to disagree. It's the meme of the thumbnail, guys, the Giga Chad, which, by the way, I know I'm using up time here, but don't worry, this will be easy. Max suggested that this become a thumbnail. Holy shit. I think that is the most unanimous popularity I've ever seen for a thumbnail on the Discord server. Giga Chad, Mr. Matt. I put this in the thumbnail over my face over Giga Chad, and it looked cursed, and people unanimously agreed that it was a good thumbnail emoji. Blech, words. Anyways, so Minecraft 1.19 is better than Minecraft 1.18 because I need a minute to think about this. I'm going to be reading chat as well. Chat, if you want to participate, feel free to. Adrian, sign up for Discord. All you need is an email. It takes like 5 minutes, less. Oh man, okay. And I see some of yours in chat as well. I'll try those afterwards. So Minecraft 1.19 is better than 1.18 because it has more interesting and challenging features. The Deep Dark. Not that I'm using the Deep Dark as an excuse for this update's validity, but the Warden is the most challenging mob ever added to Minecraft, and the entire introduction of sound has given some obscure items such as snowballs and wool much more use that they never had before. All of the different sculpt blocks have a whole new dynamic. You can get insanely good XP farms using a sculpt catalyst. Sculpt sensors are great for redstone. And the ancient city itself has amazing loot. You got Swift Sneak, the new enchantment, which is, great that they got a special thing for making navigating ancient cities less tedious. And again, a great thing for redstone overall. 1.19 is, maybe a bit of a mash of features, bit of a mess, and a bit weirdly labeled, but they're pretty cool. Allays are also great for redstone purposes. Frogs are fun, and they come in different varieties. Again, giving me used to slime balls, so great for feature use. I'm gonna keep the clock on screen while I do this. I think. Can I fill this? Thank you. That's much better.
Can I make a counter? Can I make an argument?
Yeah, exactly. You can do that if you want. If you want to actually debate the point.
1.18 has better scenery. because it added the mountains and stuff, even though I'm not much fan of the update anyway.
Yeah.
1.19 is basically just Caves and Cliffs Part 3, which was meant to be in 1.18 anyway.
Alright, you know what? Let's pause the timer. I
kind of
came up with a
filler
counter argument. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to make this 1 minute, guys. This is too easy. I'm going to... I think if you want to counter argue, you can totally do that, because I'm not defending my actual opinion here. I kind of think both updates are mid, but I'm team 1.19 here, so I have to argue 1.19 is better. I'm gonna give myself a minute for each counter argument. So in response to that point, you know, calling 1.19 Caves and Cliffs Part 3 is all very well, but 1.18 is no better because it was Caves and Cliffs Part 2. It's still only part of an update. 1.17, 18, and 19, by your logic, are all equally suffering in that regard as half updates and, you know, lackluster updates on their own. It's together that they are, you know, the Minecraft we love.
Yeah.
Maybe it took a while to get there, but it paid off in the end. So that's my counter argument.
How can I come back against this?
You don't have to, but go ahead if you want to back and forth. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I'm just going to say my actual opinion... Sorry, Swim, go on.
They're both better than 1.17, so that's...
Yeah, 1.17, again, 1.17 is good, but it's half of an update. As an update, it's terrible. It's
I
pretty
just
awkward.
think it's kind of a filler update.
Yeah, I mean, like, 1.17 as well. 17, 19, and 15 all have, like, advancements which kind of just exist to validate features that have pretty much no actual purpose. All the bee stuff, all of, like, the boat stuff, all of the spyglass stuff. It's like they don't really need to exist. They're just kind of like...
The last update I really enjoyed was 1.16.
Agreed. Best update ever as far as I'm concerned. I think it's close, but it's...
I think 1.9 is the best.
That's fair. 1.9 probably had a greater impact on Minecraft overall. But the thing is, the actual production, especially with the scale of the updates by the time 1.16 came around, edged it over for me. Because, well, I don't know. But both are excellent. And 1.9 is also in, like, S tier for me. We talked about this already in a different stream, guys. Debate Direct 64. Check it out. But yeah, again, I think 1.19 kind of is a Caves and Cliffs Part 3 because it's really carried by the Deep Dark. The Deep Dark is phenomenal. For me, that's equivalent to, like, Piglins and Bastions, but that's really all it's got going for it. You've got, like, a mangrove swamp, frogs, allays, just all these random bits, and it doesn't earn the right to be called the Wild Update. It should have been called the Deep Dark Update or something.
The problem I have with it as well is the Deep Dark got... So it was meant to be in 1.17 and then it got pushed back to 1.18 and then it got pushed back to 1.19.
Yeah, I understand they couldn't have done 2 years just making all of this in 1.17. And it was very ambitious, but I feel like the way it was broken up could have been done better.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, they should have done world generation first.
They could have done like maybe caves and then cliffs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. People asking for a cave update, not a cliff update. And again, the Deep Dark could have been its own update. They could have just, again, I think 1.19 just needs a name change. 1.16 had a couple audible bits that were unrelated to the Nether. That was when target blocks were added, you know? Not every last feature has to relate to the update's title and stuff, you know? You can have, this is the Deep Dark update. As a bonus, we got frogs and allays and swamps. And rather than that looking like lackluster material, it's actually, that makes it appear to be more like bonus content. The actual quantity of features is there, but it's just kind of a mess how it's been organized. So I hope updates get more consistent, because in my opinion, 1.13 to 16 were the best updates. Well, I know people make fun of 1.15, but that had its reasons to be. And we had the ocean revamp, the overworld revamp in the form of village and pillage, and the Nether revamp. Those all did huge things for Minecraft that completely transformed it.
Them three are probably in my top 5 updates.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the other updates are quite the same.
The V update for me is it's not that good, to be honest. It's very, very average. Felt like a filler update.
I think that was the point, though. I think it was well placed because apparently I heard, and this may not be true, but I've heard that they needed to do a lot of bug fixes and kind of back-end stuff, technically, to make the game less buggy overall for 1.16 in preparation, because they were overhauling so much stuff. But even then, I feel like the features added could have been more useful, so I gave it like C tier or something.
I also got quite bored of Minecraft during 1.15, to be honest.
Yeah, 1.15 was still kind of lame. I feel like they didn't need to add much. Like, quality on quantity. They could have still just had a little bit, just, you know, buzzy bees, but, like, the actual functionality of bees boils down to honey blocks in redstone. Other than that, it's just for achievements.
Like, maybe they could have just added maybe a couple of the new nether mobs, something like that.
They could have made it so that, they added, like, the bugs update. They could have had, like, 1 or 2 other bugs, like ants or, I don't know, wasps. And, like, had them... Again, this is what the wild update could have had. Yeah, it could have, like, mosquitoes who spawn in certain biomes. Could have just been ambient, kind of like bats. Or they could have had specific resources for, like, you know, new quirks. Or maybe they could have been, like, a food source or something. Because, you know, eating insects is kind of a modern thing. There's all kinds of things they could have done. And, like, maybe honey bottles could have been used in, like, potions and brewing or something. They could still add that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
They're not as useless.
Yeah, exactly. That would interest me, but nah. Mac, I didn't say hi, I don't think. DJ, I don't think I said hi to you either. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to keep this moving. We're on limited time, and this is the challenge to see how quickly I can come up with counter-arguments. So, unless you want to, Swim especially, we're just going to keep jumping onto new arguments and just kind of looking at chat.
Do you want to choose one this time?
Yeah, I'm just going to do all the ones in chat, and then between each one you can come up with one if you got one. So,
yeah.
Livy said she had to go, but she said she'd leave with some chaotic debate topics. So, pineapple belong on a pizza, and what is the right way to eat a corny yogurt? So, she didn't specify which one she was for.
I'm for the pineapple on pizza.
Alright, so I have to come up with an argument why pineapple shouldn't be on pizza in 1 minute. Let's go. I think pineapple is a fruit, and when you cook it, it dries it out, and it takes away all of the juiciness that makes it so good. That's my counter-argument. If you've got one, continue this thread, or...
But a pineapple, when it's on pizza, adds, Actually, no, I can't be bothered to come up with the answer for that.
That's the thing, it doesn't add anything. Like, I don't understand why people like it, because it doesn't... The flavor's, like, non-existent. The texture is kind of non-existent. It's just like a mushy little thing. I don't actually hate pineapple on pizza. I'm not like, it's a sin and you must go to hell. But, like, I don't know why it's a thing. It's kind of weird. Same with any kind of fruit.
With it, personally.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, people can do what they want. If that makes you happy, put pineapple on your pizza. I don't care, but I wouldn't personally have it. I mean... What is the right way to eat a corny yogurt? I don't quite understand this one. I mean...
Corny yogurt?
Like...
What's that?
I mean...
What, the split pots?
Yeah, like, this is kind of just open, but, corny yogurts, I'm British. I grew up with those in my pat lunches for years. I still eat them. The corner has, like, a fruit, like, you know, like mush, like jam, or it has like chocolate or something. And then like the 3/4 is just like the yogurt. What I usually do is bend it along the line so that the 1/4 tips into the 3/4 and I mix it all together.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I don't think there's any disagreements there. I'm not quite sure if Libby's arguing for or against a certain side, because who doesn't do that? Like, do you eat them separately? What? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also, I see Insta in the voice chat. Let me just invite him to speak. Insta, you are welcome to join. Hello.
I am here. Hello, everyone.
Guys, it's Insta. If you don't know this guy, Help Wanted speedrunning is what he's most famous for, I think. But Insta, how you doing?
Well, at this point, I've kind of like went away from Help Wanted speedrunning. I'm planning to going back on that, but I think like everyone knows me as like, oh, that guy that beat 1422, like the guy that beat the third person ever to beat 1422, or like all the FNAF 2 and SL stuff. Honestly, I don't blame anyone for knowing me for that, but you know, I'm doing great. Just having fun. Just had a little bit of chocolate pudding, a little bit of salmon, you know, getting the good dinner.
Nice. Pleasure to have you. Guys, if you want to see his YouTube channel, you can access it from live chat. He's been in live chat. Insta, is there something you wanted to bring to the table since you're here? Want some argument?
Something to bring to the table. Other than the thing
I'm going through chat right now.
Which I honestly don't think that it's worth a topic, because even I can't think of it. I'll be honest. I was just like, you know what? Let's just trouble Matt. And
water.
how about this?
I'll try yours in chat. I see it. Water when you're thirsty is better than water in the night. I'll just do this real quick, and then we can do your next suggestion. Write it down.
Oh yeah.
So, water. So I have to argue that water is better in the night than when you're thirsty. So at nighttime, the average temperature goes down because that big ball of fire in the sky isn't in contact with anywhere that will reach the water. Even if it's not in the fridge. And water that's cooled down tastes better. It's more refreshing because pH molecule science. Yeah, that was terrible. No, it doesn't matter how thirsty you are. Night water's chilled, and chilled water's automatically better in every situation. That's my argument.
Okay, you just completely debunked me. I'm counting that. Jesus Christ.
Did I actually?
Another argument. That is amazing, dude. I think something I thought you would mention is like sometimes when you go to sleep and then you wake up after, you're like thirsty because you're like your body's been really dehydrated. You haven't drank or eaten anything for hours, and you just add the coolness of the water to the.
Well, that's both, isn't it? When it's both, that trumps it all. Yeah. Again, the thing is, guys, I'm challenging myself here and not putting pressure on anybody else, because debating is something I love. I'm actually checking out a debating society at my uni soon, and with the kind of school subjects I specialize in, like, this is a niche that I'm starting to get decent at, so I thought this would be a great way to try it out, and I like this. I think, you could probably counter-argue actually using science and going deeper with, like, molecular biology, that, oh yeah, well, when you're thirsty, XY thing, your nerves or something will send signals to your brain that you enjoy the water more than in the night. I don't know. But, like, then we could go into psychology about, well, when it's dark, you perceive the water as better because of the water tastes better at night thing, and yeah. But, again, this is just for, you know, the sake of arguing, for the sake of the actual art of debating. If you want to hear my actual opinion, both. Both is good. I'll put that on the end, just to be clear.
Oh, it was so big.
W.
Hell yeah. Anyway, Insta, was there something else you wanted to say?
See, I thought of one that, like, since I'm not anymore in the Bendy and the Ink Machine fandom, I can't even think of at this point, but Bendy and the Dark Revival, and especially the way it was presented originally, it did not do well. It did not do well as an introduction, as, like, Chapter 1 of Bendy and the Ink Machine, or the DDLC, just like the first game, or Five Nights at Freddy's 1. It just didn't do it properly, in my opinion. Are
you saying Bendy and the Dark Revival was poorly advertised, or it wouldn't have been a good game?
I mean, I would think it was. No, it's not poorly advertised. I just think it wouldn't have been the thing everyone thought to live up for. It was just like this super grand project to just end Bendy and Ink Machine, just like bam bam, great endings, everything.
Okay, time has started. I can answer this one really simply with an example. Security breach. Indie developers, way out of their depth, trying to be too ambitious, will lead to a buggy, messy, dysfunctional game that will underdeliver in every aspect. Boom. 16 seconds it took me to do that. That's the fastest one yet.
God.
I could have just said security breach, but I wanted to elaborate for the sake of debating.
Security breach, half a second, completed, speedrun world record.
But that's the thing. Bendy and the Dark Revival probably would have ended up the same way now that I think about it. With what I know about JoJo Studios, and looking at how they were really trying to make it massive. They're trying to make, like, Bioshock complexity. You know, the original Bendy is very simple. The combat is just BAP. Some weapons do more damage. It's basic, but for an indie game, it worked. I never had any gripes with it because I didn't even consider it a combat game. It's not really primarily a combat game. It's a bit janky. It's a game... Bendy was the game that kind of opened my eye to how games are actually designed. Maybe because I saw a lot of behind the scenes on YouTube, but it's like, when objects and characters are appearing and disappearing, for some reason, that game's environment makes me think about what's behind closed doors, and how it actually works, more than any other game. I don't know, I wasn't immersed, but maybe that's just an issue with the game, I don't know. Bendy had its moments, but hit and miss game, although I love it.
Fair enough.
Pastor was right.
Wow, alright, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Swim, do you have anything to say about this? Bendy?
To be honest, I don't know anything about Bendy, so...
Fair enough. I feel the music's still too loud, guys. I'm gonna turn it even further down. The music's still fairly audible. Tell me if the audio balance needs changing. Insta, I didn't test your volume. Could you tell me some goofy story? Some real.
Telling a goofy ass story. Let me.
Okay, that's fine. That's enough. We're done. I got your volume. I already asked how you were today, but if you've got more arguments, let me know. I'm gonna respond to Duncan's now because giving different people a chance. He said, "Try and counter this. Baldi's Basics has good ideas, but bad graphics, and the mechanics are badly executed to be makes the game overly hard." Okay, so Baldi's Basics is intentionally, you know, bad looking. It's supposed to be a parody of cheesy 90s edutainments. The graphics are intentionally an eyesore. And again, it depends on your taste, but personally, I think the mechanics are very well executed, because if you look at the patch notes and you play the more recent versions of the game, everything has been finely tuned to be much less RNG and more consistent and predictable. Each character has unique quirks that can be both helpful or unhelpful, and that's out of time. I could have gone on longer, but within 30 seconds, I think I gave a decent counter argument. Baldi's is one of my favorite games. It has its flaws, but it's a work in progress. It's an open beta, unfinished game, so I don't think you can judge yet. And I think this is going to be going big places when it finally, you know, is active again. It's kind of dead right now, but that's only because there's no updates.
Development hell.
Yeah, I don't know if doing classic remastered was the best idea. Like Missman, you know, basically games, he's been doing so many different versions of Baldi's, it's a little confusing. And it feels like in the public eye, Plus is like the underrated one. It's like the secondary one, when really this is the main game. This is the definitive Baldi's Basics right here. If I were him, I would just work on this game till it's done, and then maybe do classic remastered after this was like fully released. But a lot of the groundwork between the two is shared.
Do it like the FNAC series.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Zach Scream is in chat. We got more of the Shrine of Ambience squad joining. Hello, welcome.
Let's go.
Just catch up with chat. Adrian, I see what you say. Fair enough, mate. It's your choice. Zach, hello.
Hello. Are you live right now?
Yes, I am. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hello, chat.
Nice. You have a debate point that you want me to try and counter argue? Oh, I forgot to change the QOTD. Alright, guys, that was the QOTD from the previous stream. Ignore that. Oh my god, I was in a rush to set it up. I'll make the QOTD most difficult argument to counter wins. That's what I'll say. That's the QOTD. But yeah, Zach, if you haven't got one, don't worry about it. I can wait. I've got a lot of other things to do right now. And yeah, I'd just be curious to hear what yours are, if you got any. There it is. Yeah, sorry guys, didn't update it because I forgot. We're like half an hour into the stream and I had the Death and Taxes QOTD. If you guys haven't watched it, I did episode 8 of Death and Taxes. Now. We finally got a different ending. I won't spoil it, but if you, I don't know why it took me here. If you go to my channel, we finally got a different ending in Death and Taxes. You should absolutely go watch that episode. Anyway. Oh boy. Zach, if you've not got anything yet, I'll just catch up with chat. How about to cheat the system? Yes. I speedrun that, yes. George Arch, nice profile picture. Welcome. How you doing? You're the kind of guy I should have got on for this stream. Should have pinged you. Georgington.
George is here.
Yeah.
What's the dog doing?
The dog.
Super Soul, what are you talking about? Poorly advertised, got like one announcement. Are you talking about Baldi's Plus? Because that is a fair point. It hasn't been advertised the best. In a long time. It was pretty well when it started on Kickstarter, but after that, I don't think it got very far.
Oh, Matt, I have a debate topic.
Ooh, go on, go on.
It's also one I put on a poll the other day. What is the greatest TV show of all time?
So...
oh, God.
I need something to disagree with.
That's a thing.
So you have to give me something to disagree with. So what's your response to that question?
I don't really know, to be honest.
If you want to like disagree to what is the best TV show of all time, you can just do like me and say there is no greatest TV show of all time. There can be different flaws in every TV show.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like that's gonna like drag it down a little bit on your list. There's gonna be different things that just like suit you and make you feel home. That you're gonna put them higher on your list, and you might consider them the best, but others won't.
Yeah, that's such an excellent argument. I'm not even gonna try argue that. You win. 1 point. Should we do a point system, guys?
I just did a full like
Distractible.
analogy.
Yeah, if whoever gets the most points hosts the next podcast episode. We're distractible now, guys.
Hey yo.
Oh, I love distractible. But yeah, Insta, exactly.
Distractable's
It's what you're saying is, you know, preference. It's not a linear thing. There's a lot of different factors and facets of what makes a good TV show. Obviously, I was going to say
have
Doctor Who.
another debate topic, which everyone will hate me for because it's
go on,
an
Swim.
opinion. FNAF
Let's see
6
it.
sucks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This one's easy.
Wait, we need to
go
like
on.
counter that, right?
I'll start
Yeah.
the timer if no one. You can talk first if you want. I'll listen in.
Okay, I don't like
two,
FNAF.
3, 2, 1, go. So Final Fantasy 36 has a really good tycoon phase and presents all of its animatronics really well, especially with the salvage phase. I don't really like how the office is executed because there could be a lot more game-changing gameplay mechanics, but there's obviously going to be like different things that are going to boost it, like Lefty's lore, or the blueprint ending, or the degree system, which is a really nice mechanic that I like, and that even got brought into Ultimate Custom Night. All of these things, all these little things, add on to this huge, amazing completion of the main franchise, FNAFs 1 through 6, and
That's 30 seconds.
Okay,
Sorry. Timer
My
runs
turn.
out at 30. I'm keeping it really short because I thought we did minutes.
No.
There's a
My
lot I could
turn.
say about this. I'm going to challenge myself to keep it short.
Same here. Like,
Um,
I can cook.
can I make a counter argument?
Yeah, go on, Swim. Go on.
Yeah,
Keep this
Okay.
rolling. I won't
Go
even
on.
talk. You can do this.
Though I respect the lore of the game, the main office gameplay is just reuses of FNAF 4 practically and other games gameplay, but it's quite boring. With the salvage segment, though I
Alright,
like
15
it,
seconds.
it is terribly signposted.
Ooh, yeah.
And with the tycoon, the RNG is not good, and it's
RNG.
it's a tycoon.
Guys, it's
The
orange. Guys, I was
tycoon.
lagging. My game was lagging. Swim, you're out of time. You're out of
Oh
time.
damn!
I hate RNG.
Leaving it to
RNG.
30 seconds. Zach, what's your
Bro.
opinion on Pizza Sim? You got any different arguments or?
Zach, you were like the main man of Pizza. You were like the main man
Matt
of
loves
Pizza
it
Sim at
because
some
he's a
point.
gamer,
Like,
isn't it?
he was
Alright.
the main man of Pizza Sim. He was like
Now,
killing it.
I'd have to like think about it a bit but from what I know right now. So there's a lot of things I like and dislike. I like the tycoon because it adds creativity, but I dislike the office because it's kind of like boring, and the task-based system of it makes it a really long night unless you use like DJ Strat, but DJ Strat like has a lot of RNG in it.
DJ Strat is risky.
It's risky.
Well,
yeah.
that's what
It's
the
really
entire
risky.
game is about. I'm gonna do my 30-second counter argument to Swim's point. I'm gonna challenge myself. So, what did you say? Pizza Sim was a bad game or something?
Yeah, Pizza Sim is like badly executed, I think.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator is the best FNAF game. It resolves all of the lore, and from a storytelling point of view, it has the most superior writing. The gameplay is about risk and reward. Every single action you take builds up towards your ending, of which there are multiple, because every facet of the game is about risk and reward. That's why the nights are long. Do you do things quickly and risk dying, or do you play patiently and be safe, but take longer to get to your ending? Also, I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good, and I'm out of time. I could go on, but I think that's my main point. It's about risk and rewards in every way.
Yeah, I think I
Fair
can
enough.
see where you get the risk.
Also, I went to the extreme, saying it was the best game, just to be that guy. It's
Yeah.
It might be, but I don't know. It's my favorite. I don't know if it's the best.
There will be another argument in the future. FNAF 6 is the best game.
We could
And
go
they
on
will be
about this,
No, it's
but-
the worst.
It's the worst
Hate it.
game, guys. It doesn't have
Hate
enough chica. It doesn't
But
doesn't
it's
doesn't
the
balloon
Oh,
boy.
yeah, no, I agree there.
Because it brings
That's a good
back
point.
content, chica.
Guys, it's the worst because Afton, Peanut Head, Jimmy Neutron looking ass.
Neutral.
Hello,
Jimmy
there's someone new
Neutron.
joining us. 0500S. Or 05, sorry. Hello.
That's a crazy name.
How you doing?
Let's go.
Everyone's coming to join. Yeah, that's fun time
Who's
cheeky,
going
right?
up?
Super Soul's wrong.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Hey, yo.
I love Critical. I love Critical.
05 Oos, is there an argument you want me to try and counter in 30 seconds for the stream? You bring something to the table here. What do you got? I didn't hear what you said before. It was too fast. I got to catch up with chat. I'm going to do that now. Give me a second. So, Crazy, welcome. Another stream. Yes? Okay. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
I think
So
he's just come to troll.
DJ says not all Minecraft roleplay series are cringe. I can't think of a good argument against this because I don't really watch Minecraft roleplay series. So I need an example. So I'm just gonna say yes, sure, because I mean they can't all be cringe, right? Like not every single one of them. But then again, maybe that's subjective.
I mean,
so.
That's subjective to like I don't know. I guess the audience you're trying to get to in your age. So yeah,
exactly.
you can go both ways, honestly.
Super Soul says,
Literally.
counter this. Mr. Matt is a good content creator. Okay, so first of all,
Okay,
I
that's
leech
your way.
off bigger creators like Ambience for views, and I put him in my thumbnail multiple times, including for a charity stream. I also ask people to like and subscribe relentlessly. I'm literally the annoying YouTuber stereotype. Guys, smash that like button, pound that subscribe button, ring that bell, chat links in the description. I go on and on about myself and promoting things that no one cares about, and I'm also annoying as shit, and I talk too much. I talk over my collaborators in debate. Right, I'm doing it right now, and we're out of time. I could probably think of more by any time.
That sounded like you had it prepared.
Yes, I did. I did have it prepared. I have it memorized. It's been waiting for this moment all my life. The last 3 years of this channel, I've been waiting.
Oh god.
That was great.
Okay.
Now I don't know how I should counter that. Should I agree or disagree?
If you guys want to, you can, but it'd be a bit self-indulgent to just talk about my channel. So I think we should move on. Mac has one in chat. He says, not counting any information after Pizza Sim. Disagree with my opinion that being in the FNAF lore, sister location takes place after FNAF 3. I'm not going to use a timer for this because I need time, but I can empirically prove that that's false without information published after sister location.
Did I just hear in the end of that FNAF 3 happened before SL?
Yeah. So Mac says, without using... So Mac, I'm going to assume you don't include the books either. So no information posted after December 2016. So not
December
Twisted Ones, none of that.
got
Just
it.
Silver Eyes and the OG games.
I got it.
You want to explain this one, Insta?
I have a
Go on.
full-framed argument.
You got a full-framed argument. Alright, I'm still coming with yours. Go.
3, 2, 1, go. So you can see that in the Silver Eyes, you have a chip that that was the Twisted Ones. But there on the animatronics back, it says Afton Robotics. That means that William Afton had to be alive to make the sister location animatronics, which are also a part of Afton Robotics. Therefore, since William Afton is dead in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, he couldn't have made the sister location animatronics full-fledged killing machines, made the restaurant open in public while he was dead, sealed in a room for over 30 years, and done all that bull.
Exactly, and that's timed. That was
explanation.
perfectly timed, yeah. That's really cool, Matt, but I know that was early 2017, was like the most confusing time for FNAF lore, like ever. Well, I say that. I mean, it was the highest points. It was the first like peak, and yeah, it was crazy. There was like the big mysteries. It was like two purple guys, Michael and William, and like Mike Trap, Will Trap, and the Bite of 87 versus the Bite of 83. And Scott just waited until MatPat made a video, and he was like, "Everyone, breathe a sigh of relief. It's not perfect, but this resolves everything." And that was very lucky that MatPat was so good at the crafting theories back then, because if he had
3 seconds later, Scott just decided,
you know what, you're wrong. I'm just gonna do this all over again.
Let me just retcon everything. Guys, Help Wanted is a reboot. I'm saying it now. Give me let's not do this.
Okay.
You wanna go?
There's one simple explanation to Mac's point though. Michael Afton, he was introduced in Sister Location to retroactively become the protagonist of all the games.
No.
SL's his origin story, which, well, yes, but we didn't actually have the name Michael. He was retconned into FNAF 4. Scott didn't make FNAF 4 with the plan to have a character called Michael Afton be the bully brother. That was not planned. There's no way.
I mean, how do we know?
Because he said so in an interview, not specifically, but he did say that he didn't plan it. He made it up as he went along. But yeah, no, Sister Location's a prequel to everything except for
I can counteract that with 1 or 2 sentences. It's that if Michael made the animatronics in Sister Location, why was he gullible enough to listen to Baby? Like, he knows that's a luring and killing machine. Why did he listen to it?
Honestly, just bad writing, I think, is the answer to that one. Like, he just stands still in front of the scooper for like a full minute listening to Baby go on. He could have just sidestepped and not been scooped. I can't explain that. It's too contrived.
They could have ducked, man.
Right? Like, a dude was paralyzed with fear, I guess. Plot reasons, I don't know. FNAF doesn't make sense, guys. If you analyze it that closely, by real-life logic instead of its own logic, it all falls apart. Let's move on. George, I agree with you.
George.
And Duncan has a new one. Oh, George is in chat. Oh, hold on. Let me get the man in chat. Gorge! Gorge! What a dog do? Beat me to it.
Alright, I want to make... Can I make an argument just for the sake of it being an argument?
Oh, yeah, Zach. Yeah, if you want to go first, you got your... Sorry, George.
Forgive me for this.
30 seconds, and then we'll talk to George.
I don't agree with this. I just want to see what you guys say. Blackbird sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackbird was kind of mid.
Here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I actually got a counter. Wait, what was it? Blackbird sucks.
Yes.
You know what? Someone else can take this one. Look, I did a whole video with ambience on this topic. Okay, I made the thumbnail. You can just go watch that. He does the. He wrote and talked about it. But Blackbird is. I got mixed up for a second. I was about to argue why
like...
Blackbird sucks.
Wait, you mean like Blackbird the story or Blackbird the book?
Oh shit, yeah.
There's a difference because like if you're counting the other stories as well, like I have even more material.
If you're talking about the actual call it volume 6. I use the volume numbers when I'm talking about the whole book because it's less confusing.
Alright.
Guys, you should seriously watch this video if you haven't already. It was so funny.
Zach has told me that Blackbird sucks before and he's never read it.
What? No, that was as a joke.
You've still never read it.
Oh,
I was as a joke. I was
it
was just a troll.
He's just trolling, guys. Blackbird is like arguably the best Fazbear Fright story. Like I talked to Ambience in depth about this as well as other people. George, I'm sure you have much to say about this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat all that now. I want to make room for new topics. George, before we continue, how are you? Haven't talked to you. How you doing?
Pretty good. Not much has been happening right now.
Fair enough. You got any arguments you want me to counter for the stream?
Not right now, but I could probably
I've got one.
try to think of some.
If you can't one, let me know. Swim.
This will be impossible to counter because it's just fact.
Oh no.
Toy Story 4 sucks.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give myself 30 seconds. Oh, I haven't seen Toy Story 4 in ages. I don't know what to say.
Jesus Christ.
It was made. It was written and then animated.
Yo.
I'll say this. The film retains the spirit and charm of its 3 predecessors, despite being made, like, without, like, prior planning and without really, like, fitting in as well, because, like films usually go in trilogies, right? And the 4th one still, I don't know, it doesn't feel tacked on, and I'm out of time. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Like, Toy Story 4 was...
I can't argue, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like... go ahead, Swim.
Okay. With the part you said about it keeps the charm of the other films. It literally breaks its own rule.
I was regurgitating stuff I'd seen in articles.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've seen it ages.
The charm is retained, but the story is in pieces. It is all over the place.
Yeah, I remember some scenes. It's like, the thing is, right, it's got the same voice actors, it's got the same music, the animation from Toy Story 3, like, all of the polish and the defining traits on the exterior are there. And weirdly enough, like, yeah, it's the inside with the plot and the writing that feels kind of off, because it doesn't feel tacked on, but, like, it wasn't planned. Like, most, you know, you have a 3-part story, right? Beginning, middle, end. 4, like, you would think, oh, well, it's just gonna be, like, you know, an awkward addition because we already had, like, an ending with 3. I think it built on 3 okay, but yeah, George actually could sum this up better because he made an argument about this in a server a while ago, but, like, some of the plot just doesn't make sense with the characters and stuff, the motivations or whatever.
I'll discuss this real quick, but,
this is the problem with 4.
Literally breaks the entire world building of the entire franchise because implying that you can make a toy and just anything come to life means that you can make a bed come to life. You can make a
with Forky. Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't question that kind of thing. It's a kids movie. I don't think it needs to make perfect sense.
I kind of hate that defense because, like, I don't know, man. I really don't like that defense.
No, you're right. I am with that defense, I'm like letting logical fallacy slide. I did the same with Spyro when I was playing it on a stream the other day. The game makes no sense, dude, but I don't care. I think you should probably care for this, though, because Toy Story 4 is not only a movie for a wider audience and some goofy 90s video game, it's also, like, a massive cultural pillar for millions of people. I mean, it was Pixar's, like, big hit. It was the first movie it made, and, like, so many things to so many people. Yeah, that's a shit response. But I'm still using it because the art of debating.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have a take that I literally can't fight.
Oh, yeah?
What?
I just looked up in chat and found Soul's take. Sushi is bit as hell and it's overrated food. For a minute, I'm not sure. I haven't tried much sushi, but it's overrated as hell just because it's considered exotic food and it's from the Eastern country. It's like
I forgot to respond to
countries.
this. I don't think I've ever had sushi, but yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
agree.
It's great. I like sushi.
I'm sure it's
Sushi is
good, but
decent.
yeah.
But it's very overhyped. It's like everyone's just like, oh, you're gonna have this like sushi. It's gonna be the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Your taste buds are gonna just die from.
Imagine
like,
not
like
being allergic to it.
yeah,
Right.
It's like, dude, it's just fish wrapped in rice and some vegetables.
All right.
Yeah.
Not
It doesn't
that
even look
special.
appealing.
I can make that dish in a home and in a 3 times bigger size.
And
on a
probably
single
for
plate.
like a third of the price as well, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get moving with chat, guys, and just look at some of the new arguments. I gotta end the stream soon because I've got like a collab to go record, so probably another 10-20 minutes. Duncan says, Iron Lung's mechanic of taking pictures is just an excuse to not add a window to see where you're going, just so they can make the gameplay more confusing. And start timer. To that I say, yes. The gameplay is intended to be confusing. The gameplay is intended to immerse you into actually piloting the submarine physically. And it's not like super realistic, but it's a simplified version of a real submarine. So it meets the kind of middle ground between, you know, good for gamers and, you know, actually like, you know, grounded and I guess like, you know, believable. And I'm out of time. But yeah, you're supposed to be confused because it's like, you know, immersion in the Blood Ocean stuff. If you don't like the gameplay, though, that's totally fair because it's very specific. It's a very experimental horror experience. So, anything you guys want to say about Iron Lung?
Don't
Alright,
know it.
Instance.
I've never played it. I've barely heard of it.
Yeah. All I know about it is
Well, there's
that
this great
played it.
YouTuber who did this live stream on it, actually. You should totally go watch. Sorry, I'm mistaken. It wasn't a live stream. It was a
Who is this
Markiplier.
person?
It was Markiplier, guys. It wasn't a live stream. Sorry, I got mixed up. It's, seriously, though, I was introduced to Einlong with Markiplier's video. And I didn't even watch it immediately. I just watched it because I heard someone mention it. And, yeah, life changed. I love this
Yeah,
game.
the only reason I know of Iron Lung is from you, but also just getting Markiplier and I recommended.
Oh, yeah. Also, guys, I actually, on my side channel, Continuity Error, where I upload pre-recorded video essay type stuff, I did a little deep dive into the lore of Iron Lung, and I am spiting Pastra's Discord community because he refused to do one, so I've done an Iron Lung video, although it's not really a review. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Iron Lung is this, it's an indie horror experience. It is replayable, but it's like the kind of thing you'd like play once and kind of think, ooh, that was scary, and that was like really well crafted horror. I really like it, but it's not for everybody, because you basically pilot a submarine through an ocean of blood on an alien moon. There's like this dystopian future setting. There are these weird like scripted events. Once you know how it works, I guess it's less scary, but this game still gives me a lot of tension because the audio design is really, really creepy, like underwater thalassophobia, you know, kind of thing. Anyways, let's move on. Also, Duncan, yes, absolutely. Iron Lung and Bullies are great games. You're allowed to dislike them, but yeah, the same. I think we should totally be making arguments like, DDLC sucks. DDLC Plus is a terrible re-release, you know? And I went in depth reading negative reviews on this for a debate direct, so I could probably actually tell you, yeah, well, there's no new horror content really. The lore is too heavily emphasized. You know, you're just replaying the same game for meaningless collectibles in the menu. The music player, you can get that better with like Spotify or something if you pay for it. Also, the game costs money. The game costs money, and it's the heart of it is still the same game. You could do all kinds of stuff for that.
DLC Plus.
I think I have a debate
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, George, you got an idea? Let me know.
Ooh.
What are you thinking?
Try disagree with this literal fact, which is
I'll
the
try.
Rise of Skywalker
Oh God.
is one of, if
No!
not the worst
No!
movie ever made.
No, I can't. I literally can't. What am I supposed to say? Oh shit.
It was made, it was written.
I literally can't. I forfeit. You can have the like. There's no way I can defend Rise of Skywalker. Like, I'll be honest. I did enjoy it when I first watched it, but that was mostly because I turned my brain off. I lowered my standards after the last two movies,
Star Wars film.
and I had no expectations going in because I wasn't really a hardcore Star Wars fan at the time.
Dude,
I was like,
when the,
okay, happens. Had some dramatic moments.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
If you're
know.
an
When the
analyzer.
somehow Palpatine returned line came on, I was just laughing the entire time.
Yeah, I was so confused. I was excited to see how they'd explain that, and then they didn't, and I was like, what?
George, was
So vague.
Was
See,
you
you
watching
gotta
the
read
film?
this book from nowhere to figure
Was-
it out.
Was you
No, I
watching
wasn't
that
the-
film, like the clip of Woody laughing at Buzz?
Yeah.
Bah! The bah from Toy Story 2, right? Where he's like, Buzz, look an alien!
Oh, yeah. This is something I wanted to mention during the Toy Story for a second, but the reason The Incredibles 2 got bumped down a year was because of that movie, and I will forever be just spiteful because of that. Like, because I think The Incredibles 2 was, like, really not good. I thought it was pretty bad.
Incredibles 2 didn't
What was
really,
wrong with Incredibles 2? I mean,
It didn't really
was
like
pretty good.
risk.
The
like, it didn't-
screenslaver, like, it basically tries to retread almost everything about the first movie,
Yeah.
and the screenslaver is one of the most nonsensical villains I've ever seen.
it's a cartoon superhero movie. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was good. Like, because it expanded on the idea of their, other supers who weren't really, shown. Because the first movie was about how, like, they were the only ones left.
No opinions.
And the, like, superheroes had, like, been outlawed for it. This was about their, like, comeback. And then, obviously, how that could be, exploited and the risks, like, associated with that. That was, like, why... I don't
This
know.
one
Like,
from PJ,
I need to
though.
rewatch it. But, yeah, it's... I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was better than Toy
thing is
Story
that
4.
The thing is, at the end of the movie, end of the first movie, that is, it is heavily implied that they're no longer outlawed, and then they start the movie and they're outlawed again. With no real explanation.
yeah.
And then they're also, like,
Yeah.
heavily criticized for the Underminer, except they did more damage in the fight a few months ago and nothing happened.
But that fight, and yeah, no, you're right. I think, yeah, no, that's bullshit. I got no defense for that. I don't know.
Rise
Yeah,
of
I don't know the other
Skywalker
ones,
is one of the movies of all time. The plot and characters are.
It is.
The writing is, and the acting was done.
I think Incredibles 2 is good, but it could have been better. Like, there's very clearly, like, 2 or 3 plots, and they're kind of separate for most of the movie. Because, like, Jack getting his powers is, like, one thing, and then you've got, like, Helen, becoming, like, the new face of superheroes, and then, yeah, Screenslaver.
I will say the action scenes are insanely well choreographed, especially the train scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both movies did a lot of that kind of thing. Epic, like they're good superhero movies and good like Pixar movies, all the things they could usually do. But yeah, there's if you pick it apart, I think there's just a lot of directional and maybe a few like plot moments in the second one that don't quite add up. The first one was
I
masterpiece.
definitely think
Though.
Toy Story 4 is worse than it. Like, Incredibles 2 doesn't, from my memory, do any insane character assassination. depending on if you watched it in a while.
Alright, I'm back.
I guess
And,
some of the characters could have more to do, but yeah, no, I liked both.
Yeah.
I liked all of those movies, but
This one, though.
yeah, I don't know.
Challenge this. Final Fantasy 4 is scary. That doesn't make it a bad game.
That's an
My
easy
answer,
one.
it's not scary.
Haha, good. That's a perfect argument. We're done. We're done. You win a
For the
point. Well
scary
done.
I'm too
argument.
scared to play it there. Argument done.
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm too
Ray,
scared of.
no,
I don't
I've
play
gotta
FNAF
go
4.
now.
All right, Swim. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on. You're the only one actually credited as
Thank
being
you.
here because you planned. But you know, guys, your
Yes.
contributions. I'll tag you all in. I can do that. But yeah,
Bye.
thank you, Swim. I'll see you around. Have a good one.
See ya.
Guys, go join his Discord server. I pinned it in chat. I
Join the
think.
swimming pool.
I'm gonna also get you guys. Join me as
Matt
Schwinn
Foray
Gaming.
among the funny.
I've got all your
George.
channels.
Running what?
Zach, I don't believe I have. Oh no, I do have your YouTube. There it is.
I can make 2 arguments out of this one, actually, DJ. So the first one, I'm gonna do like really quickly. So the first one is scary. So the technique that the FNAF 4 uses is literally silence, ear rape, silence, ear rape, silence, ear rape, trial and error. That's the only thing it actually uses. So that is really under its benefit. That doesn't make it a bad game, it's true. But if you want me to argue that it's a bad game, there's plenty of glitches.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say, are we?
story is the most tangled out of all of the original quadrilogy, and it just doesn't hit home as the first 3, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, are we
Sorry,
arguing
what-
it's a good
what
game
were
or a
we
bad
arguing?
game, and whether it's scary or not scary?
Like, I just did both because I
Are we arguing that it's
sure. I
a
couldn't make up my
good
mind.
game because it is scary, or that it's a bad game but not because it's scary? Like, I'm a little confused in the phrasing. That's 2 different
I
arguments.
think it's
there.
like to argue FNAF 1 isn't scary, but that doesn't make it a good game. That's literally the sentence reversed, but like I don't see how that would make sense.
We can come back to that.
5 a.m. power.
I'm gonna keep going with the chat. Supercell says, counter this. We're talking a lot of FNAF today, but I respect it. There's a lot to talk about there. Says the location is one of the worst FNAF games. Scott tried something with the gameplay, but it ended up as just boring minigames that are too easy. It's also when the lore went to shit. CN carries it. I'm gonna time myself 30 seconds to make a counter argument. Now, Sister Location was exactly what the FNAF series needed at the time. While you may personally prefer the traditional game loop, something different, a refresher, was what was highly demanded after FNAF 4 being described as repetitive and boring by a lot of commentators and players. The Custom Night is good, but what the lore actually helps amend and clarify a lot of the mystery regarding FNAF 4, and it's better than the alternative of It Was All a Dream. 3 seconds to spare. I think I'll just leave it there. That's
I
my
can
counter.
honestly help with that. If you want
Go
to, if you want to argue
Tell
about
me.
the thing, the custom night is the gameplay isn't like the first 4 games. Well, the custom night does exactly the thing you want. It adds the 4 games. It adds the original 4 games vibe into it, and it also adds lore segments, cutscenes, just like FNAF 4
So
and FNAF
you've
3.
got both.
Also,
it appeals to everyone.
It poses, from a gameplay perspective, it poses a completely skilled challenge, which is something rarely a FNAF game does, other than the Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator all the way up to Friday, if you're not
I really dislike the argument of, oh, it's different, therefore bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I'm all
don't
for
like
experimenting.
the nights, but I don't go with the argument, oh, it's different, so it's bad.
Yeah, like with Fazbear Frights, for example, very experimental. Some of those stories are unrecognizable as FNAF, but even if I'm of the opinion, oh, they shouldn't be there because they don't feel FNAF-y, they're not bad stories, or at least they're not bad for that reason. I didn't like Gumdrop Angel. I thought it was crap because of the plot, but the characters and the concepts weren't actually bad. They just weren't implemented well, especially not with the FNAF universe. If it was like its own thing, that would enhance it already. And then there's other issues which actually do make it a bad story, but that's not the point I'm making. Friendly
this one,
Face
though. This
is a good
one.
example of that. I liked Friendly Face, and I actually don't have
I
a
actually
problem with it
quite
being
like
canon.
Gumdrop Angel, even though
weird.
the world building makes no sense.
Yeah, the world building for Gumdrop Angel and the Fazgu ones is what I have issue with, but you know, who cares about the lore anymore? It's clearly, clearly not being taken care of by its writer and creator. So, video games
Yeah.
called violence. Oh god.
I thought I'd heavily dislike the second TFTP book, but I actually really loved the third story, which is the story about a robot, like someone trying to be a robot. So
Yeah. Okay, so
like, different isn't always bad.
Max said, classic one that's controversial. Video games cause violence, not my bad parenting. So I have to counter that. That one's very easy. Like this, I'm not even gonna time it because this is basic.
Give me a
but
challenge, dude. Like,
if
come
you
on.
look at the statistics of, violent crime and, gamers and, perpetrators against, hours a week on video games or whatever. If anything, it's the other way around. Violent video games have been, statistically proven to have no impact or change in, I guess, like, violent action in teens. What's often the case is that teens who are already violent because of mental health issues, bad parenting, different stresses or, like, issues or whatever, might play violent video games. And if anything, they're a healthy outlet in the same way that, exercise and sports might be for, aggression. So, if anything, video games are helpful. I'm not just saying because I'm a gamer. Well, I totally am.
Hear me out. Undertale. It punishes you for the genocide route. It compliments you for the pacifist route. How does that cause violence?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. All video games? There are so many different kinds of video games. It's like saying all movies cause violence. There's no. Undertale also is just
like saying
a
a Peppa
legend.
Pig movie causes violence.
Oh yeah, guys, Friends causes violence.
I don't.
Yeah,
You're acting like that's a joke.
Oh no, Zach.
I don't know.
What have you
When
witnessed?
we made a Peppa Pig horror movie, we already got Winnie the Pig.
What has he witnessed? Oh, Peppa Pig went to the zoo.
Sorry, not Winnie the Pig, Winnie the Pooh. How the fuck did I
Winnie
get
the
Winnie
Pooh is a
Pig?
horror movie.
Damn. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, guys. Don't show it to your kids. It's horrifying. Kids can't watch TV,
Dude, each
period.
time I watch it, I wince in fear.
Dude, that
There's
new
an
Winnie the Pooh
actual horror
looks
movie
so stupid.
getting designed for Winnie the Pooh. There's
No!
an actual Hollywood horror movie. I'm serious.
Yeah, there is.
I'm
What?
joking.
serious.
There's an actual
Let
movie.
me just look that up. What Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
I'm joking. It's called Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
No.
that's it.
What?
I'm completely
I don't
serious.
believe this.
Yeah, I don't believe
This is
it either.
real.
I'm serious.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a whole poster.
There's a poster. There's a trailer. I saw a channel comment on it. It's real. It's real.
It
Yeah,
follows
Winnie the
Pooh
Pooh's
and
now
Piglet
the-
as they go on a rampage after Robin abandons them for college. What the fuck? No one asked for this. This is an
think it's
independent
like-
British slasher film.
Like, the poster looks cool and all, but, like, the trailer, just what happened?
This feels like something that people would make a meme of, that wouldn't actually happen.
It
Like,
sounds
you
like a
know,
creepypasta.
Breaking Bad and Multiversus, but...
Honestly, I would make memes out of it because, like, I'm expecting
funny as hell.
just Winnie to just at some
Okay,
point
it
just
sounds
go.
like a creepypasta you
"Christopher
find
Robin."
online.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just checking something. I might have more time. I might not end the stream imminently because I would have been ending it now, but sorry, hold on. We haven't done a stream break. I don't think we need to do a stream break though. I'm still gonna keep this short. Just
I mean, I've got
continuing
my
with the chat.
hydration. I'm
Oh,
ready.
good man.
Dude.
Everyone, stay
I'm prepared.
hydrated. Water checkpoint. Covering for Wadsy because they haven't done one in months.
Hell yeah.
George.
Something else.
The dog.
What the
Yeah.
dog doing?
Did you know Theft King changed his server profile picture to the stupid other
Can
one?
we not, please? Can we not?
Oh my.
It's dumb.
Why is that
It's
the
just a
first
dumb
thing you
thing.
talk about? Oh my god. let me-
Because
It's just stupid, dude. It's just.
Why don't
honestly
we talk
stupid.
about Asher the Wolf, Zach?
No.
we should
Guys,
talk
why don't we
about
talk
that.
about my penis? My penis is definitely above average, because as a Redditor,
I'd like to know.
the average Redditor is above average.
Better than
Elaborate.
Expound!
know
So,
Expound!
intellectual
Yeah.
conversation.
So if you take a ruler and you measure it, here guys, I'll show you. Why are we talking about this? You
How
guys
about
just
I come
rolled
to your
with this like, yeah,
location?
this is
Give a
Guys.
demonstration.
Because this is better. This is a better thing to talk about than Theft
See,
King, to
this
be
is the
fair.
homies.
It
This is the
is.
homies in their prime. Everyone knows, you know, this bottom of the barrel talk still better than TK.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Duncan has a one. A game that lets
Oh.
you see who you're playing as and isn't first person ruins the immersion you feel that you're actually playing as that character and the game's immersion overall. Immersion comes from multiple factors, and the camera angle isn't the only one. You don't need to be seeing in the character's eyes for a game to be immersive, and you can still feel like you're playing with them if the 3D environment and the way all the characters move in it is done in a way that feels real enough. Things like animation, sound effects, and kind of, you know, just space and design are all important factors of this, and Jedi Fallen Order is an excellent example of how to do that correctly.
Oh yeah, how did you like Jedi Fallen Order?
So I've only
Different examples
a little bit into it, but yeah, it's good.
different examples for that. I'll be honest, are Undertale and DDLC because of the way they break the fourth wall.
That's a whole different kind of
fourth
immersion, yeah.
Breaking the fourth wall is a different type of immersion that doesn't require you to be in first, third, or second person to do literally anything.
I not just like pixelated games in general. Does that break the immersion?
I guess there's different kinds of immersion, and I would say personally, I would define immersion as being like, you know, investment and kind of like being drawn into the world, the same way you would with a book. And I think the lower the game's graphics, the more difficult it is for that to happen, but it can still happen. For example, with Undertale and Deltarune, where the characters are just very well written and very unique. That makes you really makes the world feel alive.
Isn't One Shot also a pixelated game? I think it is.
Yes, it is. It's pretty similar to Undertale tonally, I would say.
One Shot is an amazing game.
And and also,
I don't know.
2D games are a whole different thing. Five Nights at Freddy's has largely just been two-dimensional, but it's just had effects and to help it being immersed. And the curving effect of the office somehow still looks great in FNAF 1, in FNAF 2, pretty much in all of them, especially FNAF 4, I would say, because of the way that's designed. But there's a lot of FNAF games where they just slap the effect on, and it looks bad, because you can just see walls curving. It's like, that just looks like an image that's being stretched. It doesn't look like a real place.
The walls twisting and turning.
Yeah, literally though. Even some of the official games, it looks a bit off. In some of the earlier ones, it's easy to see. Like with FNAF, I want to say 1 and 3, maybe 2. It's like you can kind of just see the place curving, but it's really bad in sister location actually. If you're looking in the right place, when you're sending baby down the line,
The conveyor belt.
The conveyor belt, thank you. When you're sending baby down the conveyor belt and you look to the right, you can just see her just warp completely at the edge of the screen if you shine your light there. And it just destroys the immersion because it just looks so goofy. But, you know, Scott did the best he could with his limited resources. He's been making games since the 90s. He's used ClickTeam all this time. He didn't expect this to blow up, so it's just how it is. Yeah, and, you know, yeah, wow, Pizza Sim as well, because you actually have to do full turning. That one, like FNAF 4, that was like FNAF 4 level immersion, I think, with the office. And with it being a smaller space, it was probably a bigger challenge as well. You couldn't just fade to black by looking at the floor, you know, like you did with FNAF 4 with the different areas. Anyway,
looking at the floor.
Well, yeah, when FNAF 4, you look at the floor every time you run, and it's like, oh, well, it's just, you know, just zooming past carpet, so, you know, the easy transitions. It's clever. Yeah. It is clever game design. And also, Duncan, thank you. I am trying my best here. If you guys want to say things you think I would agree with, so I'm more challenged with disagreeing.
You could agree with.
Because I've given up with some of these. I can't defend Rise of Skywalker. It's just, I can't. There's no way. Maybe, like,
Is it worth getting DLC Plus when the original release is free?
Let's say I'm arguing why it's not, because we already went over this, so I'll make the argument against my actual opinion. DDLC isn't worth the price, because you're just paying for the same game over with some extra content. It is 10 quid. It is not cheap. And all you're basically getting is extra fluff on top of the original game. It's pointless collectibles. It's these side stories that don't have any of the original horror. The meta fourth wall breaking stuff is minimal. And overall, you know, you're just kind of, you know, it doesn't do much to further the original vibe of the game. Okay, I can't think of any more. It's such a bullshit argument. DDLC Plus is amazing because the side stories go way more in depth than the characters without relying on horror. And if anything, they use a different kind of horror because it's a gritty, realistic deep dive into, you know, mental health and other, like, stigma topics, which is just excellent. It explores interpersonal relationships with as few characters as possible, which is, you know, impressive. It goes deep rather than wide. Kind of like I went into Monica's... What?
I think I have one.
Yeah?
Fetch is a good story.
Ah, shit! Oh, no! He got me! Guys, he got me! No, I can argue.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
Fetch is overrated as hell. It's not bad, but, you know, it's not doesn't do anything crazy impressive. You know, the lore is only for the people who really like it. You know, what was the main character's name? Greg. He makes some stupid decisions, you know, which are pretty contrived for plot reasons. You can always say that. Fetch itself doesn't really have a clear motivation or anything, and it's just kind of haunted just because. It's totally stupid and definitely not covered in other stories. Oh, you have to read other stories to understand this one. There, I'm out of time.
I'm done. He just contradicted himself.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm contradicting myself. I'm finding a way. There's always a way, guys. You can always counter the counter and just keep it going. But I think what I've learned today is that debating and just the art of arguing isn't something I've really had formal education on in a while, but it is something that I'm pretty good at, and I should definitely explore it further. You know, I'm a history student. English is something I love doing. I was in a debating society briefly when I was in year 13 doing A-levels. Right now, I am joining a law society, a history society, and a debating society, possibly, depending on how the next few weeks go. And they all have, you know, it's not that academic, it's not strict, 'cause they're societies, not, you know, clubs, not classes, but, you know, this is something that I should do more of. And maybe every now and then, like with the Would You Rather episodes, we could just do this every now and then. You guys can just challenge me to try and counter-argue whatever. We can bring whoever on. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And yeah, because it challenges me to see, and all of us as well, you guys can try this as well, to see things from a different perspective, to try and be more objective, to step into someone else's shoes, or to step outside of your perception of things, and really... Because... It's, you know, we live in a world where the internet has allowed everyone to have a loudspeaker and a big voice, but so many important issues, political and otherwise, get simplified and boiled down to black and white arguments that people get very hostile over, and it creates a very closed-minded environment. Twitter! So, doing this kind of thing is incredibly important, and, you know, given that you... Hold on. My stream's buffering. Are we having connection issues? What's happening? My preview's buffering. What just happened?
George.
I don't want to keep talking if the stream just broke.
The dog.
George, what did you
George.
do? What the dog doing? Breaking my connection.
The dog.
It's the dog.
It's the dog. Guys,
George,
we're back.
While you guys were talking about that,
There was a weird momentary lapse. I don't know what happened, but basically what I'm saying is this kind of thing is really important because every argument and issue, you know, we've talked about movies and video games, and that's trivial, and that's cool. But there's always nuances to it, you know, and we should always be able to respect other people's opinions. And the first step to doing that is to understanding their opinions, which is exactly what we've been doing today. So, unless you guys got any more, I'll end the stream now. I think this is a good point to stop off, really. Unless you got more.
I think I have one last argument.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll hear it.
Choice. I don't agree with this, by the way. In fact, I think I disagree with it heavily.
Yeah, that's the point. Go
on. Choice-based games are a horrible medium of storytelling.
Choice-based games are not horrible medium storytelling because they empower the player and create a new type of immersion from player agency. I did a video essay about this in SCP Secret Laboratory, which isn't even a choice-based game. But essentially, choice-based games, while still on predetermined paths, do allow players to shape their experience and control their world to a limited extent in their own way. And that, to me, makes it immersive because you are literally part of the game world in the game. 3 seconds to spare. Let's go.
Yeah, I was kind of inspired by the talk we had about the quarry in my server.
Yeah, guys, you should join George Law as well. I'll give a free shout out. It's just so good. Again, it will expire in 7 days. But yeah, we were talking about the quarry. And the quarry was great, but it also had some serious flaws, and it's kind of a very hit and miss game that was interesting to kind of explore because I love choice-based games. But,
same.
But yeah, there was a lot to discuss with that because the way you design that is really challenging because you have to factor in so much. You have to factor in like loads of different stories and characters, and it's clear to us that there were parts of the quarry where this character was definitely supposed to die early on because I got nothing to do now. There's nothing happening, which happens. Just finishing off chat.
George.
Yeah, in terms of like supermassive games, choice-based games, I actually quite liked most of them. I think they kind of fell off a bit after Until Dawn, but generally, I think their quality has like stayed pretty much the same.
You know what I really enjoyed? It was the Walking Dead Telltale game.
Oh yeah, the Walking
Telltale's
Dead
got issues, but I actually
games.
really like their games. Minecraft Story Mode as well. That was peak. That was good game.
Yeah, the 4th season has to be like in my top 10 or 20 favorite games of all time.
Yeah. I know Minecraft Story Mode kind of sucked for different reasons, and I don't deny that. I think the second half of Season 1 was pretty meh, but the actual choices and their impact wasn't bad. It still didn't really do different endings, but, like, there were some significant things, you know. There's a character that can die, depending on your choice, you know, that exists. They've ticked that box. But yeah, Until Dawn as well, and The Walking Dead Season 4, wow. Each season just got better, as far as I'm concerned. I need to go back and watch it. It's been so long
I would
since
say
I watched David
Season 3 is
Ryan's.
overhated, but I wouldn't say it's that good either.
Yeah, fair enough.
Season 2, I like it, but there's quite a few flaws.
I think Season 1's the more memorable, actually, than Season 2.
Yeah.
And 3 was kind of its own thing, which was good. It was...
I think 1 and 4 were peak, 2 and 3 were like kind of like dabbling in different other concepts.
Yeah. Just gonna look at the last ones in chat. Duncan says, enemies in horror games like SCP-173, Security Breaches Endos, Specimen 6, and more that move when you don't look at them are the developers mocking Doctor Who because it's a bad series. And without the time, I'm just gonna say, not all of those developers are fully aware of the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who, so how can they be mocking them? That's my counter-argument. It's a pretty overdone concept, but I think if it's executed well, I'm not going to complain because it's not too common, and it's a really cool game mechanic, especially when you combine it with other things. The only one I don't like, obviously, is the Security Breach Endo, because that was just ripped straight from the Joy of Creation basement, and it was such an obvious rip-off, like, it was kind of painful. Scott Cawthon handles fan games better than a big company like Nintendo. Yes, like, literally, what am I supposed to say against that? Nintendo bans their fan games. Scott Cawthon's enabled them to make careers. There's literally no argument against that. And last but not least, Baka Jr. A paradox is almost impossible to win against in an argument. A paradox is almost impossible to win against. No, actually, no, I can counter-argue that easily, because you said almost, you fool. A paradox is impossible to win against, because the only way you can defeat someone making a stupid argument like a paradox is to not debate them and lose. Because if you allow them to bring them down to your level, they will beat you with experience. There's another saying about this. Never try and win an argument with a moron or a fool. It's like they will drag you down and beat you with experience, because... some points are so stupid you can't argue with them because they're just, like, not even based in reality. They're unbased, guys. Cringe. Unbased. Okay,
Cringe.
Chat. That is all from chat now. I'm going to stop reading. I'm had to keep this pretty short because I got something to do. But this was a lot of fun. Definitely something I'm going to come back to. And, yeah, I think this is just a cool little idea, doing the debate challenge. Today's charity shout-out goes to the Lollipop Theatre. I mentioned them in my previous stream. Go check them out. They bring movies to children in hospitals, and they're really cool, very wholesome. And, yeah, my other social medias are below. Today's QOTD winner... who gave me the best argument out of the ones in chat? So not the people in voice chat. I mean, we got options. There were some good ones. There were some good ones. I'm gonna say... oh, this is tough. I'll decide in a minute. Guys, boys in chat, is there anything you want to say before we end the stream? It's a pleasure having you all on.
Can I do one more argument?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
The FNAF 3 good ending is good.
Shit.
Yeah, they can't argue with that one.
Oh,
Shit.
no! Oh, God, I could probably come up with something in a couple minutes.
It's technically impossible to argue with because it's the
Well, it's literally good, exactly, yeah. You can't.
No, it is the bad ending.
Good
The
ending
good
is
ending
actually
is
the
the
bad
bad
ending
ending.
in disguise. Real.
Nah, I know what someone would say. They'd somehow correlate it to FNAF 3 not being scary, therefore it's bad.
I'm going to give the QOTD to Super Soul again. I know that's ridiculous, but I feel like his participation's been the best. It's pretty close, but this guy gave me multiple ones that actually challenged me a bit, so thank you. Go check out his video, guys. Another balanced FNAF fan game. Bullshit Source. Legendary video. But yes, you're
Seriously,
Oh.
though, like, it's
Oh
terrible.
my god!
It's terrible.
I've set them
It
up,
even
guys. The
This
FNAF
isn't that
fans.
bad. I'll be
Like-
honest.
hear me out.
Open source.
Overreacting.
Me, who hasn't even played it. I might play it sometime, but it's
Hear me
FNAF
out.
2.
Matt, you should play
Open
it.
source
I should.
needs a lot of changing. A
Yeah,
lot
but
of
to be
changing.
fair, this is like an open beta.
Yeah, but like, there's some features that just feel super clunky, and it's kind of common sense to like, why didn't he have it like that in the first place?
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Well, I mean, the flashlight just feels kind of weird to use on the cams.
I
You have to
mean, I guess.
move very far. It's like,
I don't know, man.
Honestly.
I don't know.
I tell you
it would have
what.
been really cool to see the game like finalized. But...
It would have, but hey, FNAF Plus. I just want to say about the FNAF 3 good ending. I've got 2 arguments based on interpretation. One,
Oh.
well, actually, guys, it's the bad ending because the souls aren't all freed until Pizzeria Simulator.
True.
That's the
Nice.
shitty snot-nosed theorist take. The second one, the based argument, is the good ending is what was it? The good ending is not good, or the good ending is bad.
The good ending is good. Like it's
The good ending,
It's,
yeah, the good
it's
ending is
well
good. So I
designed.
gotta argue against. The good ending is bad because the way you get it is so ridiculously contrived and nonsensical and unfair. Like the way the clues are given is pretty nice, but the actual execution is silly. Like, how the hell was I supposed to ask to put numbers in, not in a keypad, not in some kind of keyboard, but wall tiles? That's stupid. That's my entire argument. I mean, that was always just ridiculous, but like there could have been an actual keypad somewhere, but...
To be fair, yeah, it's really obscure.
And then we
Also-
got sister location with like loads of buttons and keypads and interactables in every room, none of which do anything. No secrets, no Easter eggs. Oh man.
Keypad.
You know what I wish Scott did for sister location? All of those keypads in the elevator and the primary control module, there were different codes hidden throughout the game, which went to specific keypads. And by collecting enough, you could basically get all these lore drops that would appear in the extras menu. Stuff like blueprints that would basically give you information. So you don't have to read the books to understand the lore. It'd give you like a message from William to Michael expounding on the Afton family and who they are, you know, give us names, or, you know, illusion discs, how they work. Here's a, you know, a secret code that gives you like a, you know, a illusion disc diagram. That kind of thing would have been good, but instead we
Like
got...
sort of an egg baby thing.
Exactly like that. That's something that Pizza Sim did incredibly well. Something like Egg Baby. That would have been really cool. Anyways, I gotta end the stream. Time's ticking. So yeah, thank you all in chat. I see your arguments back and yeah, I don't know. But thank you all, and yeah, do stay hydrated. Check out these fine folks tagged in the description. Check out the other links if you haven't already. Join the server and all that. You boys can do the outro if you want, or you can just let the music play. Either way, I'll see you all very soon. I don't know when. I'm back at uni, week's busy, but I can guarantee that I'll definitely be doing that charity event this Friday. Probably. Like, maybe, there's like a 10%, there's a small chance it might move. It shouldn't. But I'll probably be back full with something. I'm going. Bye. Stay hydrated.
Huh?
E.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh,
Huh?
Huh?
oh,
Yeah.
Huh?
oh,
Huh?
oh, oh,
Huh?
oh,
Huh?
Three ball, two ball, one ball, ball.